What's up, guys? Welcome to another video with Elite Soccer Academy. And in today's video, we're going to discuss how to improve your confidence both on and off the field. And we're going to go over three main points. The first one being discipline and being professional. So those two correlate within and of each other. If you have the discipline to be a professional both on and off the field, you're more likely to feel confident. And the reason why is when you're disciplined and you're professional, you're more likely to be prepared and ahead of the top percent of players who are just goofing off on days leading up to game day and other situations. So being disciplined and being professional can consist of many different things, preferably the things that you do before training, the things that you do before game day, all can tie into how professional and how disciplined you are. And some of these situations can consist of, are you staying up late night? Are you over consuming social media, video games, and all these other distractions in your life that can take away from extra training, that can take away from the imagery and all these other off-game, off-field types of activities that you can do to improve? Are you watching your own games, reviewing some mistakes? All those things that you are doing with distractions and video games and staying up late or going out to parties or waking up hungover, all these things can be distractions to your game. And you want to stay disciplined in these areas, right? You might have to sacrifice going out with your friends, sacrifice going out to parties, and use that time to get extra rest for training, for game day, and ultimately being professional. And that comes with possibly having to go through the moments of isolation, right? Where you're just staying in, you're staying locked in, you're alone because you know that anything more can just be a distraction in your life. So you want to ultimately end up funneling out the people who are going to be a distraction in your life as well. And it starts with being disciplined on who your friends should be, who are the people you hang out with, and what social media content you consume, and everything around you can be a distraction. So you want to make sure you're disciplining, creating a disciplined routine, and you're being professional both on and off the field. So when it comes to being professional, it also comes with working on other things that you can do to develop yourself and your soccer journey. And that activity would consist of self-guided imagery and positive self-talk. So practicing this type of tool on your own time is more of a mental strategy to staying disciplined, but also growing in your confidence. Confidence can often be more of a mental aspect as well. So practicing, strengthening your mental aspect can definitely improve your game. Whether you think you are great or not, convincing yourself in a positive way can ultimately help you overcome those moments of lacking confidence. So if you are a player who is looking to grow in confidence, you want to work on asking self-improvement questions that you can work on. So when it comes to being professional and being disciplined, it also comes with other activities that you can do to develop your mental game. And some of this mental game that you can work more on is developing the art of positive self-talk and imagery. So when you work on this mental aspect of the game, you can grow in your confidence whether you are at the level that you want to be or not. And so when you are coming to a game an hour to an hour and a half early, you can work on guided imagery. Think about the situations on the field that you can perform, visualize it, and tell yourself the different ways that you can get away from either certain types of pressure. If you do get into certain situations on the field, come up with the solutions in your mind. You can come up with 2 to 3 solutions to fix that issue that you visualize yourself coming into. And think about what your teammates can do as well, right? You want to think about how you can place them in better positions, what runs you can make. You want to visualize, you want to use imagery. You want to also have positive self-talk so that you understand if you are coming into a game a bit nervous, you can tell yourself and talk to yourself about how you can overcome that and rephrase your low confidence statements to even higher confidence statements and repeat them over and over again till you're confident enough to go out and perform. And the thing with showing up to your games early is that when you're prepped and you're proactive and you can tell yourself that you are going to do something successfully, you ultimately have a higher likelihood of performing that action on the field. Coming to a game late, coming to a game not prepared, freaking out in the last minute can really decrease your confidence. So staying ready and always proactive in everything that you do, practicing these small activities on the way to the game, talking to yourself about what you can do to improve in that aspect. Before, when I was in my high school days, I remember getting into the bus, the team bus, and We had long drives we had to make, sometimes 30 minutes, sometimes hour to an hour and a half. And these were perfect moments for me to think about different solutions that I could come up with onto the field. And yes, it was nervous to think about the big games that we were going to go into, but having that confidence to talk to myself and come up with solutions on the field allowed me to just ease into the game, ease into the moments of a bit of nervousness here and there, and ultimately come prepared, right? So, and it's better to do something like this than to just goof around with your friends on the road. And this is where we come back to the point of discipline and being professional. Are you goofing around with your friends? Yes, there's a time and place for all of that. But when it's time for game time, you want to be locked in. You want to be locking in mentally, going over the tactical adjustments that you might need to make in a big game. At the end of the day, if you're coming in nervous, it's not the end of the world, right? Everyone feels some type of way going into big games, but you want to practice. You want to work on improving your confidence through the mental aspect of the game. So positive self-talk and guided imagery is definitely some of these top performing ways that you can work on your confidence with. And the last topic that we will discuss on how you can improve your confidence is just overall cherishing the small wins, right? Evaluating what the small wins. If you are able to track the wins and look up to the things that have led you to your small wins, you can ultimately see what works, right? It can come in your routine. It can come in the pregame self-talks. It could come in many different ways. It could come in over a small amount of time or a large amount of time. You want to cherish those small wins, though. You want to work on how you can compound those types of small wins to ultimately help you lead to the bigger wins. And it starts from the self-improvement. It starts from the self-development and your contribution to a team. So anytime you can make a little assist or even a goal, you got to think about how long you've come from the days where you were not confident to the days that you are confident, right? And it's not an overnight fix. Your confidence is not going to come in just one day. You need to constantly work on compounding those small wins and learning how to grow from those small wins, learning what works to lead to those small wins, right? If there's something that's not working, you want to adjust, you want to reevaluate, which is something that you need to do, right? You can reevaluate in your moments of self-talk, like we talked about earlier. You can reevaluate in moments of imagery, right, where you can find different solutions, like we talked about in the second pillar that we discussed about how to improve your confidence. So utilizing the first two pillars of improving your confidence can lead to those small wins. And once you do have those small wins, you need to find out what works and what doesn't work. Compounding off the small wins can ultimately lead to your long journey that's ahead. It is a long journey to reach the professional level, and if that is something you aspire to do, you need to work on the small wins, right? Can ultimately lead to the big wins, and continue to learn about yourself, right? You need to learn about which routine works best for you, which foods work best for you, what hydration techniques work for you, what warm-up, what activation techniques work for you, and you need to practice on replicating that. You want to repeat the things that work, because if they are helping you with small wins, then ultimately they can help you, lead you, and drive you and propel you over to the big wins. So that comes again with being professional, right? Being disciplined is doing the things that work. When nobody wants to do it, you're the one that's doing it. And ultimately, if you become a leader and you become confident with yourself, you can do the same for others. You can lead them and talk to them. And if you can have the confidence to grow as an individual, if your confidence reach another level where it's grown significantly and now you're ready to lead the team that you're in, well, then that's something that you can start doing for yourself. Talking about the 2-3 other pillars that we discussed in this video will help you be that leader and that captain for your team. So you need to be professional. First, you need to be professional and disciplined if you want to be a captain in your team, a leader, and a role model for other players. And then second, influencing others to also have imagery and positive self-talk. When things get tough, you want to be able to pick them up, right? You want to be able to influence them on how they can pick themselves up when they're down, and ultimately realizing the small wins between the team, right? If you're a team who perhaps is in the 10th place of their conference or league, moving up one or two spots in that conference is a small win, yet big. But you want to cherish those small wins and work off those small wins so that you can see the bigger picture, right? Because it's not an overnight fix. Getting first place in the conference or in the league or in reaching a national championship is not an overnight fix. It takes a small amount of wins over a long amount of time, and working on those and growing from those as a team, as an individual, can propel you guys to just so much more improvement and self-development. And got to work on self-reflecting again on what wins, what helped you lead to those wins, and spreading that with the rest of your team. So if you want to be a confident player, these are the 3 pillars that it takes to reach to that level of confidence. And once you reach that level of confidence, it just becomes like a bulb of energy. You can shine light on everyone. You can share that success and confidence with your whole team. And being a leader, it really helps influence everyone's confidence level as well. So if you like this video and you know that you're struggling with other components in your game, comment down below. Let me know what you're working with and what you're struggling with, and we can discuss it about resolutions for those issues. So comment and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one.